Hi everyone, Cari here, and in this video we are talking about the differences between HRCI and SHRM. If you are thinking about becoming or you are currently an HR professional, you've probably at some time or another considered becoming a certified human resources professional. Most aspiring HR pros learn all about these certifications through reading job postings, and you've probably seen some of them before. They sort of look like this. Oftentimes, I get so many questions around which certification an HR pro should take first, or if they should take them at all. And if you've been in HR for any amount of time, then you know that there are now two certifying bodies. You have the Human Resources Certification Institute, also known as HRCI, and you also have the Society of Human Resources Management. We know them as SHRM. So it's inevitable that there's a question that will always come up around which certification is the best. While I hope to answer these questions, I thought that it would be a good idea to start with a little bit of the history. SHRM was founded in 1948 as the American Society for Personnel Administration. Their initial goals were to provide continued developmental opportunities or professional development, expanded national networking opportunities, and also to advance its critical interest. While there are so many other amazing things that this organization has done, the one that you most likely care about and why you're probably watching this video is the work that's done around certification. In 1973, the board of directors at the American Society of Personnel Administration, or what we know now as SHRM, approved the creation of a national certification program. The purpose of the program was to create a national association for the profession and also to validate the experience of HR professionals. In 1976, the HR Certification Institute, also known as HRCI, began certifying HR professionals. In 2014, however, SHRM decided that they wanted to launch their own certification program for HR professionals. Its purpose was for HR pros to see how they could apply the concepts that they were learning to their everyday jobs. When it was implemented, it also provided an opportunity for current PHR and SPHR holders to obtain the SHRM credentials without a full exam. This is why you sometimes may come across professionals who have the SHRM designations, but they have never sat for the actual exam. So now that we know that we have two certifying bodies, HRCI and SHRM, it's time to look at the facts. These facts are not to invalidate either exam, but more to shine light on their differences. HRCI has been certifying HR professionals for over 40 years. They currently offer 7 different certifications, and they have a history of brand recognition as it relates to these certifications. Many experts claim that while HRCI exams are competency-based, that they also heavily focus on the laws, compliance, and strategy. As of January 2020, SHRM is going on its 6th year of certifying HR professionals. They currently have 2 certifications, and they are still gaining ground and traction for its recognition as it relates to these certs. Many experts claim that certifications offered by SHRM are also competency-based, but they are less focused on the laws and compliance. The makeup of the exam is centered around what-if scenarios to help HR pros see how they can apply the knowledge to their jobs. So, which should you take? I myself have sat for both of the exams administered by both of the certifying bodies. And what I can tell you is that both exams were equally challenging. Both exams required dedication, time, and focus. And in many ways, I see both of the exams to be very similar. Having sat for these exams myself, and also having had students who have gone through my prep course for HRCI, pass their PHR exams while concurrently preparing for the SHRM exam, I noticed that there were not very many noticeable differences. My personal take is that the content is the content is the content. The way you would respond to an EEOC claim should not vary depending on the exam that you're taking. The way that you strategically decide to administer your compensation plan should not vary based on the exam that you're taking. And the laws around FLSA and bargaining in good faith will not change based on the exam that you choose. I've not seen any data to date that shows employers prefer one over the other. If you're scouring job descriptions, you'll likely see that they prefer either or. Given this thought, my additional personal opinion is that the order in which you take these exams is not very important. The only time this is very relevant to me, especially as an instructor, is if you are attempting to decide between the professional certification and the senior designation. This is the only time I would give serious thought to the order in which you take them. And my final piece of unsolicited advice is not to make the decision on which exam you take based on your employer. Your decision should be solely based on your career goals and your aspirations. Believe it or not, I've encountered many employers who claim that you don't need it at all. But unless you plan on working at that employer or with that employer for your entire life, it's best to not rely solely on these kind of statements to make critical career decisions. I hope you found this helpful, and we'll see you on the next one.